Welcome to Dimension X. It's your boy X. We back with a reaction video. This is my second time actually recording this because the first time I wasn't heard because had the mute button on. So we're gonna do this one different. So before we get into the video, just gotta say you have to learn what purchasing power is. It's very important. Everybody plays the game of money every day. You get up and you're going to some type of work to exchange whatever skill or whatever talent you have, even if it's just energy, for some fiat. And as you may or may not know, fiat trends down. That's why years ago, your money went further than it does today. Um, and the direction that the economy is going is not healthy. And there's people who, you really can't tell this to. They more so have to just get slapped in the face when it happens. But for those who understand that you have to do something about it, and you're not trying to live in this loop of not understanding money and going through what your ancestors probably went through, or your parents or your brother, sister, whoever. So it's very important. So we're gonna watch a couple of videos of them just talking about it, just seeing what different people have to say about their perspective on purchasing power or their experience with
because sometimes we feel like we don't have the power to make a substantial material critique of conditions in the world, that woke capitalism or whatever can be a simulacrum of real activity. So for example, 18-year-old Michael, well, I can't actually affect.
Here's what happens when you put butane in a bottle. Here's what happens when you put butane in a bottle of Coke. It actually boils, so when you turn it upside down, a ton of gas gets created and it turns into a rocket. Check this out. 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God! What?
Here's what happens when you put butane in a bottle of Coke. It actually...
Thank you.
Right, little man. In the past, you would exchange your money for actual gold. But now you'll be exchanging it for consumer purchasing power. Which means that now currency is nothing more than ink and paper, with an order from above to regard this typographic composition as happiness and the highest good. Right, little man. In the past, you would...
Ain't that it? Ain't that it?
Dollar has lost 20% of its purchasing power. Purchasing power means your ability to buy a good, a service at a certain given price. So let's say you had $10,000. 4 years ago, you would have been able to buy something. Today, you would need $12,000 in order to buy that exact same thing. But you don't have that extra $2,000. Dollar has lost 20% of its purchasing power. Purchasing power means your ability to buy a...
I'm getting a call right quick. Hold on. All right, so we back at it. We back at it. So I hope you get the picture, but like just think about this for a moment. Working for something that trends down, meaning if you're holding on to that fiat dollar, you're saving, you're losing its value is being lost due to the amount of printing that is being done. So it's essentially like you have to You have to balance everything that you're doing. Like, and that's why budgeting is so magnificent, because you can actually look at where your money is going versus just mentally keeping track of it. I know I have 10% going here, I have 20% going there, I have 80% going there, I have it's up to you. I have 5% going here versus you know what? All right, so normally after I get done, I get paid 300 or I get paid 1600, and I know that 1500 is going out for bills. So I know I got $100. You got to know where your money is going, because half the time, a lot of it is being eaten up because of poor behaviors, not having discipline, putting money in places like, for an example, subscription based businesses, uh, or business strategies are getting a lot of people. You have subscriptions being just $10 coming out every month, and it's eating you up, and it matters over time. You know, it matters over time. It adds up, and a lot of people, you got a subscription here, a subscription there, a subscription there. Like that used to run me through the hole, man, or to the hole, or whatever the saying is. I used to have just money just coming out. I'm like, what the hell? Like, why is my account always negative? Why am I getting hit with late fees? Because I had no discipline with my finances. None. You know? It matters. Like, you have to be aware of where your money is going. Just like you got to be aware of who the hell you talk to and who you telling things to. You know? Let's try to find another one. It's all about different perspectives, because finance it's a solo sport. Finances are a solo sport. Solo. If you don't got your back, nobody's gonna have your back.
What is purchasing power? Purchasing power is the amount of goods and services that your money can buy. If your purchasing power decreases, your money may become less valuable or less useful over time.
And I'm only doing shorts, man, because I know most people are not going to stay on the video any longer. If I do, like any longer than like maybe a minute, these shorts, yeah, a minute. It's like people's attention spans don't last more than a minute. So I'm just doing this as a way to get people in, because I have a message, you know. But you have to garner attention some way, and I even try to tell my folks this, and it's all right if they don't, it's all right if they don't listen, it's cool.
In 1913, you could have bought 11 quarter of a loaf with this. You get about 135 loaves of bread with this, and you get about 11 loaves of bread with this. You tell me which you'd rather have, which you'd rather work for and save for future use. In 1913,
You see what I'm talking about? You see those, and she used to be a banker. She's highly respectable. You can go, just go back to the video, and you'll be able to, follow her company or look up her company, and then you'll get her name. It's not coming to me right now, but all due respect, But just like what she said, you work, you work for something. You work for something that's forever trending down, but you can convert that thing that is worthless, and that's not coming from me. That's coming from the people who print it themselves. Read the what's it called? Money Mechanics by the Chicago Fed, and it talks about how worthless money is, and that it only holds its value because people are pretending. It doesn't say that verbatim, that people are pretending, but it's only because people give it value. People give it value. So it's $10 because you think that thing is really worth $10. because you think it's worth $10. Their words, not my words. So I could probably fit one more in before I have to turn off my or turn this off. Try to find another one. And I'm gonna be real, this helped me, just watching, just doing this right here, like different people's perspectives. Ken
The
McElroy.
reason is what happens with inflation, your cash becomes trash.
So I definitely don't think that we're going to be able to fix inflation for a while.
No.
So that's number one. So you got to be really careful. We never really had to think about that too much, right? Inflation's been low and, it slowly eroded our purchasing power, but now it's different. The gloves are off. So I think that's number one. So you can't just put your head in the sand, because if we're going to be at 5-6% inflation, I mean, you're talking about 15, 20, 30%, reduction of your purchasing power in just a few years.
The reason is
So I'm gonna cut it right there. I'm gonna do more videos like this. I hope that when I look at this video, it's not choppy, because it was choppy before. So I hope it's not choppy. I don't want it to be. So hopefully it ain't that. And if it isn't, I figured out how I needed to flow on this, and I'm gonna have a lot more coming out. Like I said, I'm doing this for my people. I'm doing this for my folks. I'm doing this for anybody who want to learn. Like Dimension X, so it's my perspective. And that's how I flow. So like I said, I got a lot more coming. If you want more details, then comment that. And what I mean by details is, if you want more of a way of applying what you're watching, like the application of it, like, all right, I know about purchasing power. Okay, I see what you're talking about, how it either increases or how it can decrease. I really focused on how it's decreasing, because that's what the dollar does. It goes down over time. You heard bankers themselves say it, so it ain't my words. People who are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions, say it. Ken McElroy and Robert Kiyosaki. So so if you want more of that application, I got you. Just let me know. All right, like, I know about purchasing power. I know that it goes down, but what do I do? Well, you have to invest. What I invest in? Well, what type of situation are you in? Everybody's situation is different. Like I said, it's a personal sport in a way. It's personal. So you could win this game by yourself. It all depends on how you see the world, what your perspective is, and how you created your relationship with it. I'm at 4% though. So like I said, I'll go in detail about that. I'm cutting it short. If you want the application aspect of it, if you want me to speak more about that, I can. But it is the flow, and I bring my opinion. I ain't on nobody's side but mine's. in my family, so yeah, that's all it is, man. So X out.